Okay guys, in this lesson we're going to divide polynomials part 2, okay? So here we have our dividend and then our divisor, okay? So first I'm going to use color coding so that way you see. These two rectangles right here is going to add up to this number, negative 14x squared. And these two rectangles is going to add up to 54x. And this two rectangle is gonna add up to be negative 44, okay? Your divisor is x minus 8, and your dividend is these four terms right here, which is x cubed minus 14x squared plus 54x minus 44. So the first term, x cubed, goes here, okay? So in order to figure out the missing information, we have to look at this x right here and this question mark where I'm putting right here, and you ask yourself, x times what is going to give us x cubed? So that means it only can be x squared, okay? Because x squared times x cubed. So now we're going to use that information to fill in the rest, okay? And then you're going to go x squared times negative 8, which is negative 8x squared. These two boxes right here add up to negative 14x squared. So that means negative 6x squared has to be here because these two numbers add up to be gives you negative 14x squared. And then we repeat the same pattern again. So you go x times what is going to give me negative 6x squared. So that has to be negative 6x, right? Because negative 6x times x is negative 6x squared. And then you're going to get negative 6x times negative 8. That's going to give you 48x, okay? And these two numbers, two rectangles, add up gives you 54x. So you already have 48x, so that means you need 6x here to make it 54x. And then pattern repeats itself again. So x times what is going to give me 6x. So that has to be positive 6, right? Because 6 times x is 6x. And then 6 times negative 8, that's negative 48. These two numbers right here is going to add up to give you negative 44. But yesterday's lesson was no remainder. Today's lesson is going to be all about the remainders. So right here you have negative 48. That means this has to be positive what? 4. So your remainder is 4. Okay, so how would we write our answer with a remainder in it? So here it's going to be x squared minus 6x plus 6 plus 4 over your divisor, which is x minus 8. So this is how you write an answer with the remainder, okay? Okay, let's move on to number 2. Number 2, notice I did not give you the problems in the right order. Okay, so the highest degree has to go first. So let's rewrite the problems first. So that means 3n cubed goes here, followed by minus 7n squares, followed by negative 9n, minus 8, and then your divisor stays the same. Okay, now it's in the right order, then we can start doing the problem. Okay, so your n plus 1, your divisor goes here. Your 3n cubed goes here. I'm not going to use highlighters anymore. Okay, so here we're going to have 3n squared. Okay, 3n squared times n is 3n to the third. 3n squared times 1 is 3n squared. These two boxes right here is going to give me negative 10n squared. So that means I need negative 10n squared here. Because negative 10 plus 3 is negative 7. So now we repeat the patterns again. N times what is going to give us negative 10n squared. So that means I have to pick negative 10n, right? Because negative 10n times n is negative 10n squares. So negative 10n times 1 is negative 10n. These two right here is going to give me negative 9n. But I already have negative 10n, so that means I need a positive n here. So n times n minus 10n gives me negative 9n, so that's correct. And then we repeat the patterns again. So here it's going to be n times what give us n. So that means it has to be positive 1, because 1 times n is 1n, right? So 1 times 1 is 1. These two rectangles add up, give us negative 8. And we already have 1. That means we need to put minus 9 here. So this is your remainder, okay? So your final answer is 3n squared minus 10n plus 1 minus 9 over n plus 1. And that's it, okay? Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so notice in this problems right here, there's 3 terms, and if you look carefully, there's 1 term missing, and that's the x part. We have x cubed, x squared, no x, and then we have that number at the end. So let's rewrite this problem, okay? It's going to be 2x cubed plus 16x squared. Since the x is missing, we're going to pretend it's there, but it's 0x. Okay, and divided by x plus 8. Okay, so x plus 8 goes here. Okay, now we'll do the problems. Put the 2x cubed goes here. So x times something give us 2x cubed, so that has to be 2x squares. So 2x squared times x is 2x cubed. 2x squared times 8 is 16x squared. These two boxes add up, give us 16x squares. But we already have 16x squared, so that means we're going to need 0x squared here, right? So 0x squared plus 16x squared give us 16x squared, right? Now repeat the same step again. So this could be plus 0x, right? 0x times x is 0x squared. 0x times 8 is what? 0x. These right here add up to be 0x, which is what? 0x. So this right here is going to be plus 1. I'm sorry, plus 0, because 0 times x is 0. And 0 times 8 is what? 0. 0 times 8 is 0. And these right here add up to be what? 1. So that 1 right there drops down. That's your remainder. Okay? So how would you write these answers? It's going to be 2x squared. This is your remainder right here, plus 1 over x plus 8. Okay? And that's it right here. Okay, in number 4, notice how your divisor has only 1 term. So I wouldn't suggest doing the box. The easiest way to do this is just to divide directly, term by term. So you're going to rewrite the problems like this. 4m to the 5th divided by 8m cubed plus 8m to the 4th over 8m cubed plus 2m cubed divided by 8m cubed. And then you simplify 1 term at a time. So the 4 and the 8 cancels out. You're going to have 1 over 2, right? Because it's divisible by 4 for both of the numbers. And m cubed and m fifth and m3, you cancel them out since you have more m's on the top, so that means there's 2 remainder, right? So it's going to be 1m squared here. Plus, see the 8 and 8 cancels out, and here you have m cancels out too, so that's going to give you 1m, right? There's no numbers at the bottom. There is, but it's a 1. We're not going to write it in. Plus, 2 and 8 cancels out. Then you have 1 over 4. And then m cubed and m cubed cancels out. It becomes a 1. So that's it right here. So let's rewrite the answer, getting rid of the 1 when we don't need it. So m squared over 2 plus m plus 1 over 4. Okay. I'm going to do one more. Okay. So here we have 2a to the 4th over 6a plus 24a third over 6a plus 24a squared over 6a. So the 2 and the 6 cancels out. Both numbers divisible by 2. So you should have 1/3, a 4th, and a. So you have 4 a's on top and 1 at the bottom. You cancel them out. That means you have 3 left on top. Plus 24 divided by 6 going to be 4 over 1. You have 3 a's on top, 1 a at the bottom, so that gives you a square. Okay. Over here, 24 divided by 6, you will have 4 on top, and then a squared and a, you have a on top and 1. So now that's your answer, but not simplify. I'm going to rewrite the answers, which is a cubed over 3 plus 4a squared plus 4a. And this is your final answer right here. Okay, guys, that is enough information to complete your homework. Have fun.